Hello, everyone, and welcome to my live stream. And what we're doing today is just fielding questions from DIYers. If you're at home on a Saturday and you're trying to fix your machine and you're stuck, I'm in the shop right now, knocking out machines. So I figured I'll just go live and I'll check back on the screen to see if there's any questions. If you're looking at this video after the live chat, feel free to leave a message. You go on my Patreon. You can contact me directly if you're stuck on a job or on a repair. All right, stay tuned. Where were you? I'm going to make a hose here. This one leaks here. So I'm gonna improvise. Got to make a hose. This washer has a leaking hose, and make you replace the whole thing if you're going to machine and get it. So I got a bunch of hoses, but none this small. So I think I'm gonna cut it here and add an extension to it. It should be enough to run at least out the machine. If you don't want the extension to be inside the machine in case it leaks or something, you won't be able to see it. Let's do that. So the first thing I'm gonna do is, know this is leaking, so I'm gonna run some water in here and just make sure the part that I'm keeping doesn't have a hole in it too. So I'll be right back. Where were you? University of Phoenix is committing our career services to you for life, when you're actively pursuing a degree with us or if you graduated long ago.
You don't have to face an uncertain future alone. Career Services for Life, University of Phoenix. Tap the banner to learn more.
Alright, I gotta find scissors. I got all kind of other tools, but no, based on basic of scissors. There's the story of anybody at a shop. You spend 20% of the time actually fixing the problem, and 80% you spend looking for your tools. Look for tools or a part that you just had. You go to the house and ask the wife. I'm sure she has scissors. There it is. I can't find the clamp. Hey guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. We're just in the shop, and I think my chat is on. So we're in the shop here, just fixing this Whirlpool washer, and had it for a while. So it has a leaking hose, so I'm splicing this hose off because I don't have a hose in this big, so I'm going to have to cut it and add an extension to it. But we're taking DIY questions, so anybody out there with questions on repairing your own machines, feel free to ask. So. Yes, sir.
Hey guys. Hi guys.
Can't see you.
Hey. Bye.
Remember the crew? What's up?
We're sleeping in our beds.
Okay.
In our mini house bed.
Make sure you stay cool in there. Yep.
Can you show? What if I take a picture and show the viewers? Can I show them? Can I take a picture and show the viewers?
Sure. I'm gonna make sure my chat working. Somebody give me a shout or something. Did you hear me say hi? I think I got it turned on. Somebody say something by now. Can't find my clamps. If you can hear me, say hi. Holla if you hear me. Appreciate the thumbs up. Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm making sure I got my chat on. Yes, on everybody. Okay, cool. I gotta direct my fan in here. It's trying to warm up a little bit. So be careful. Wait, don't stay. That's not a stable surface, man. Don't stand on that. What you need? Jeez, man, these daredevils in here. Oh, now my live chat is in my.
There you go. Oh.
Pause the music, son. Pause the music.
Okay.
Even if the skies get rough.
I don't know what I did with my live chat. I gotta fix the live chat and fix the machine. You have any questions, feel free to reach out. You and me in the shop, we hanging out.
Here's the tiny house.
Yeah, it's a little house in the backyard I built for them. Well, we built it all together out of pallets. So they're hanging out there today. That should be your little shop. Put a dryer in there, you can fix it.
Maybe. Yeah, I will make a video on my YouTube channel, Sebastian Williams.
Okay.
I just said someone's book review.
Please get down, so that's not stable.
Whoa, you're Spider-Man.
The sleeping bags will be in the bin.
Sebastian.
Against the wall back there. Now, don't want my blankets outside in that house, please.
When I say I might, good job.
You guys hear me?
Yes.
Thank you. One is a closed lamp. All right, so I found one clamp.
Bobby, can we use that blanket?
What blanket? Don't use none of the blankets from inside the house, guys, please. All right, got 2 clamps. So I'd rather have the original clamps, because these are a bit of a pain to take off if somebody has to repair it. And I always want to think about the next guy or myself, but I can't find the original clamp for this hose, so. Let's get going. All right, I want to make sure my chat is working because I'm not. Somebody usually said something by now, so I'm not sure if this thing is on or what. Somebody give me a shout out. So we got people here. Text hi or something, so I can make sure my chat is working because I don't see anything.
Someone said shout out to my daddy.
Because now I'm starting to think it's not working. It says it's on though, so I don't know. Live chat. I'm trying to turn it off and back on. You okay back there? Yeah, be careful, man. Ah, there we go. Now I can see you. Yeah, that was weird. Now I can see it. You got all kind of messages. I tell you, man, the number one repair way to fix something, turn off and back on. That's exactly what it did.
Turn off and back
No matter what.
Bobby.
All right, so I'm gonna go back to the BK from the Rockies. What's up, brother? I see you now. Give my water, please. I'm like dying. Oh, the music. Okay, gotcha. I thought about that too, man. How long should it take to dry half a load of clothes?
10 hours. 10 minutes.
It's a lot involved as far as can you exact time? Because it depends. But I would say at least 30 to 45 minutes, Mike, if you're still here, to dry a load. If you got a huge load, yeah, maybe an hour, but not. I don't think anything should take an hour. So we'll see. Unless you got on low heat or medium heat or something.
He said he's kind of worried about overheating.
Amanda takes 20 minutes after putting. That's a little fast. Too fast is bad too. If that's happening, just be wary. It could be overheating. Like your heat regulator could be bad, which monitors especially, and if you have fuses bypassed, that thing could be getting over too hot and drying too fast. So just be careful. If you don't find nothing wrong with it, then I would just, this is a word of advice for anybody. Don't run your machine if you're not home or if you sleep. Just in case, you know what I mean? You can catch anything. Arzu. What up, John? What up, Arzu? Now, you can hear me. It doesn't say the time the messages came in, but I can see you now. Thermostat might be stuck. Test the app. Yep. So. Yeah, and I got a video on checking your thermostats. How to check your thermostat.
Sweaty.
You can take it off. I mean, yeah, the easiest way is if you have a. Hide in here. This thing is blocking my air. If you have a temperature gun, that'll be easiest. But if you don't, you can take the thermostat off. I got a video on this. Let me just give an example.
Done. Whoa. Buddy. We take these to the pool.
quick example of how to test the thermostat. So this is one. So it's rated for, I don't know if you can really see that. There you go. Kind of. 260 degrees Fahrenheit to 350 degrees is the range as far as the heat. I'm sorry, not 350, excuse me. 310. So this ranges from 260 degrees Fahrenheit to 310 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the range it keeps your heat in your dryer. So that should be the around the air that you get. I mean, it's hard to say. Like, if you put your heat gun in the dryer, the temperature won't be exact to this, but this is directly on the heating element. So it'll be a bit cooler inside the dryer, right? Because the heat, you lose heat. It's not, the dryers aren't insulated or anything like that. But the way to test these is they automatically gonna have continuity, right? So do a continuity test with your voltmeter. If you don't know what that is, let me know. Do a continuity test with your voltmeter, and it'll be beep. It'll have continuity, cold, right? So put a lighter to it, or put it on your oven, some sort of heat source. A lighter is the easiest, and listen for a click. When you hear a click, put your voltmeter back on here. You should have no continuity. That means it got hot and it disconnected the circuit. It should do that. But if you do have continuity, then that means this is bad. Get that? I got a video on the word for word. I just said, actually showing you how to do it.
I'm swimming on land.
So, thanks for joining, guys. I thought you guys gonna be playing in your house.
Well, we need your help getting the sleeping bags.
Okay.
Oh,
It might be too hot for that.
we're swimming on land.
Once you guys get the blanket from inside the laundry room that we use when we go to the beach, the orange one, you can use that outside.
Okay.
The sleeping bag's might be too hot.
Peter, we need to stop swimming on land. You do. Oh.
So yeah, I spent the Sunday afternoon building these guys a house,
On the land.
and
I'm not.
I want them to play in it because I spent my time building it. So it's kind of makeshift, but I built it out of pallets. It's got a roof and stuff. I gotta put a door on it. I put a little laminate floor in there. So they got their little toys in there, stuff in there. They get it all set up to go.
Look at this. Oh, I'm
Thought you were gonna play in your house, huh?
store.
Thought you were gonna decorate your house. You guys gonna find some pictures to put in there and stuff.
Andy, dominoes. Coming.
Hey Trevor, you got a water inlet valve with no continuity. I usually don't do continuity checks on inlet valves. I usually test for power going to them because you get about 120 volts going into the water inlet valve. If it's buzzing, it's usually working. If it's hot, like if it's calling, the washer's calling for water, like if you're getting the right voltage and it gets hot, 40 volts. Oh, well, okay. It could be. The 40 volts could depend on how it's set up too, what kind of washer it is. So I wouldn't rule it out as being bad, but usually it's 120. It says it on the valves, I believe. It says the voltage on the valves, or if you get a wiring schematic from the washer, it should show the voltage on it. But a bad valve, I got a video I dropped the other day on this, usually will not buzz or it'll get really hot. So if the washer is in wash mode and it's calling for water and you get like a LF code or different machines, different codes, if you have a machine with that's LED, but if that valve is hot to the touch, the actual ceramic part on it is hot to the touch, then that valve is bad. Also, what you can do too is that, well, no, never mind, I'm not gonna give you that advice. But if you're a tech, I don't know if you're a tech or a DIY guy, but this is for a tech. You get a jumper, man. Like, I don't have mine with me. But I'll take a power cord. I think I think a lot of appliance guys have this. You take a power cord, you cut it, and I put like ends like alligator clips on it, or um, a plug. And I usually use the test. I usually use that to test water pumps. So they take 122. You can plug it directly into the wall and put those the leads on a pump directly. So that could work for a pressure switch too. But you don't want to blow it out if it don't take 120. So I don't know. Pressure switch, yeah. If I can see it being a pressure switch too. If the pressure switch is faulty and the machine thinks it's full, good way of testing that is to blow inside the hose, and you should hear it clicking in there. Um, and there's also a way you put your meter on there too. You get it should be. I haven't never done this, but I'm thinking it should work. If you do a continuity test, and you blow in there, it should disconnect the voltage because it thinks it's full. Man, y'all out in the field, man, stay hydrated. You should never leave home without your tools or your water. What kind of machine is it, Trevor? Guys, you take stuff out and you don't put stuff back, man. Come on, really? Trying to work. Kids! Hey, Trevor, let me know what kind of machine it is, man. We can start from there. Oh, a Stat Kenmore. Oh, I love those, man. Money makers. Okay, a Stat Kenmore. Yeah, those do have water valve issues. So I've changed quite a few water valves on the Kenmore stackables. Now, is it okay? So is it a one piece like I call it stack unit. I call it the one piece laundry centers, or is it a washer and dryer that's just put on top of each other? If it's 2 years old, you might be talking about a front load set. All right, so it's the one piece unit, the one piece Kenmore stackable. See, I can pull up a picture of it. Okay, yeah, so that's okay, yeah, 1240 plug, yep. So it probably looks like this. So okay, yeah, those man, I love those, man. If I can get a supply of those, that's all I would fix and sell. Because man, you can get those things. You can sell them for like $600-700. They're a unique piece, unique corner to marker in it because not everybody has those, and so it's, people can't really haggle or find them everywhere. So you don't have to discount them too much, you know. They're a specialty item. Anyway, yeah. So those are yeah. If it's not the lid switch, then it most likely is. So this is the order. Lid switch is number one on those stackables. Uh, for your issue, lid switch, water valve, timer, maybe. Very rare, but timer. Um, but if you have like another water valve, uh, lid switch is good. Okay. So it spins and everything, right? Um, it's all a chip. Oh, you said 2 years old. I missed that. Okay, so it's a newer Kenmore. All right, so my advice was for the older ones. Ugh. Yeah, but the newer stuff, there's no history of. Oh, it's not spinning and fill. Okay, so if you put it directly on spin, it doesn't spin because then that's probably not a water valve issue, yeah, not rinse but spin. Yeah, everything leads to the control board in those computerized models, man. I hate to say it, and it's kind of hard to test because you can't, you gotta. All you can do is look at the schematic. So what I would do as a technician, I would look at the schematic, see how much voltage, especially in those newer ones, they could be lower voltage, not 120 anymore. So I would look on the schematic and check what the voltage is supposed to be that goes to the water valve. Um, but if the computer, it's a catch though, because there's not enough voltage. It could be because the computer is not calling for water, and it should give you some sort of code too, though. So I would look for codes, blinking lights, and you hate to buy a new board and it's not the problem, you know. So I guess you kind of like work backwards and check the voltage to the water valve. Okay, and if it requires 120, okay, so it requires 120. I would put a jump as a technician. As a technician, if you're a do-it-yourselfer, I don't know how skilled you are, but I would put a jumper on it, like take a old cord, cut it, and put ends on it, and hook it to the water valve and plug it in. Well, maybe put water on it, or you just plug it in without water. If it opens up, you feel it buzzing. Bzzz. Okay, you're an electrician. Oh, okay, cool. So you know more than I do about this then. So so yeah, so hook it up. If you feel it buzzing, that water valve is fine. That means that the board isn't telling the water valve to turn on. Um, and if it's not spinning, everything's pointing back to the board, man. Everything's pointing back to the board. Um, and it's getting 40. And be honest, I think the valve is fine because it's getting 40 volts. If it's getting 40 volts, man, it's the board isn't sending the power it needs. Um, but just be 100% the lid switch is fine. Especially if it doesn't spin, then that's definitely another sign that's not the water valve. So I'm trying to put myself in your shoes and diagnose as I'm at the machine. um, yeah, unfortunately, man, on that new stuff, you just gotta you know cross your fingers and I hate to be a part replacer, but certain things sometimes we have to be a part replacer. But if it's for a customer, I would try to what I would do is I would try to, if you have a local parts place that are good on returns, I would try that. I think parts appliance parts online do free returns. Just be careful when you're hooking it up. You don't want to show wear and tear. So cruise through. What up? What up? Yeah, brother. So I think that's where I'm at on that, man. Appreciate you cruise through. In the shop here, man, trying to get this washer fixed. I think I might move you guys. So I feel rude having my back to you. So I'm supposed to be able to talk and work. I haven't done that very well. All right, so now I'm trying to put this on flat. That may be way too big. Let's see. Washer, it's got a leaky hose. This hose was leaking, and so I instead of ordering one, 'cause I'm trying to get this done today, I cut it, and I'm gonna add a extension to it. So what's wrong with it? People got rid of it. Once the washer start leaking, man, people be like, get rid of it. So yeah, I lost my clamp for it, little C clamp. So I gotta. Somebody will be pissed when we putting this on, but they can replace the pump. But yeah, everything's accessible. BK, is there any way to take out and clean coin traps on newer front load washers? I assume you're talking about the ones without a door. Well, no, if it has a coin trap, it has to have a door. So most of them does. Like a lot of them, like this, has access underneath. So actually, I'm not trying to put my laptop on the floor, but yeah, come on. So you got that access like this underneath. Yeah, appreciate you, man. It is a come up. I had it for a minute, man. That's didn't get around to fixing it, man. I got so many other things going on. So I lost the clamp, so I gotta put this clamp on. And it's not a very tech friendly clamp because you gotta get in there with your drill to get it. So my apologies to some next person that has to work on this. got you doing a little work. Put on the door. I just I don't know an easy way other than getting underneath the machines for like an affinity. Get underneath the machines. Sometimes you take the door boot off and get your hand down there. But for me, I just learned, man. Easy ways come with a cost sometimes because you got weird angles, and so you're sweating taking stuff off because you're at a bad angle, and it ends up costing the same amount of time that it would have just taken the machine apart. So I usually just take the machines apart, man, and clean out what I need to clean out. Especially if it's like a customer. Like if you're on a personal one, then sometimes I'll be like, okay, let me try to take the easy route. But a customer ones, for customers, man, you just I mean, you basically got to charge accordingly too, right? Because you got to do all that labor of taking it apart. All right, so this is on here. Make sure it's on the. Here we go. All right, that's on. That's not going nowhere. So now we're gonna feed the pipe. Through the top. Appliance lift? Nah, man. I don't. You don't need an appliance lift. You don't need a lift. Plus, I ain't trying to be underneath a machine that's on a lift. But he's got to figure the angles. Like I like leaning on back like this. Even at a client's house, man, I lean on back and get underneath. Lean back. Lean back. You remember that song with Fat Joe? All right, y'all, we are done underneath this gym. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you're a do-it-yourselfer, if you're a tech, whatever, you're at home on your day off, weekends off, and you're not trying to call somebody to come fix your stuff, we got your back. Not only myself, there's a lot of people on my channel that are experienced techs that know what they're doing. That don't mind giving you some advice. Or if you need to contact a tech that's in your area, feel free to put a shout out there. Say, hey, I need a tech in whatever city you're in, and you never know. They might be watching. All right, so this hose might be long enough beyond you by itself without adding an extension to it. You know? Because when you add an extension, you risk it leaking. You risk it leaky. I mean, because most washer drains are like right behind the machine. You know what I mean? Boom. Might just leave this like this. Well, I'm gonna deliver it, so if I do need to add extension to it, I can add it to it on the spot. I'm good like that. Yeah, why take the risk? You know, add an extension and that thing leaks on you or something. And people are really turned off with leaks, man. Like, I mean, this machine is an example of that. They got rid of it because it was leaking, but it was actually just a hose. And they patched it up. This is the actual hose. They put this patch on there. This stuff is kind of heavy duty. But look, it dried up and it's no longer. They probably should do something with like some sort of rubber material. This is almost like a bandage. Like if you break your arm, it feels like that type of material, but it's hard. And so now it's hard. That's not going to hold water. You need something like gooey, you know, rubbery, to seal the water in. So they have the right idea. They just use the wrong materials. But I mean, after you do all this, you know, I guess they got fed up and was like, let's just get rid of it. This thing had leaks all over. This thing had a hole in it. It was patching it. Mess out of this thing. I think it's chewed up though. It could be a rodent. See, that's some chew through that. See, and this is the issue with this LG. I was thinking they probably would say, okay, we just replace the hose. And so you can see most machines have a hose here. You just disconnect, and then you buy a new one and put it on there. With this one, it's internal, and so they probably don't know how to. I mean, at that point, you gotta have a pro go in there and change that out. That knows how to dig in there, like we just did. Let's get to some questions. How much can you flip this washer for? I'm gonna post it for. I got the matching dryer, so I'm gonna post it for 700. So you can get more for sets. If I sold it individually, oh yeah, I probably get 350, 300 for the washer. So actually, I'll probably post a set for 800. So this is a matching front load set. So I'll probably sell for 800. I might start at 9. If I can't move it, then I'll go down to 8. Usually I'll sell these for like 6. But in the current market environment, where I notice there's not a lot of stuff online right now, and people have money in their pocket. So when the economy is really good, our business suffers a bit. Not totally. I mean, it's not as, I guess we're not getting rich we're not making as much as we did, but we still make good money. So if you have money in your pocket, they just go. This I think it's just an American thing. When something breaks, we think, oh, go get new. Go get a new one. And when you're penny pinching for dollars, machine break, you think, like, how can I save some money? Oh, let me go get a used one. Boom, and I market. Let me get a used one. Let me get it repaired. So, so quick. So when you're pinching pennies, you're not so quick to just go out and spend money on a new one and just to, throw money at the problem. That's how I guess a lot of us do it, especially for its time's sake and all that, and less of a headache. You see a hydrant out there in the field. That works. I hate these being long anyway because people stick them all the way down in the drain, and that's the worst thing you can do because you have a siphon action and the pump has to work hard to drain. And boom, it's ready to go, man. I already tested it and everything. Just needed a hose. Gotta clean her up. You got a stacking kit. So she just need to be clean. So, little oxidation. So we see the yellow. You probably can't see it on the camera, but it's yellow here. You see the plastic is yellow. See, and this is still white because it's metal. And I know GEs are known for this too, but that's from oxidation. Most likely, this machine was in a laundry room with a window, and the sun comes down and hits the machine, and it oxidizes the plastic, and it turns yellow like that. So, not much you can do about it. I don't know if you can't. It's hard to paint something with letters on it. It's not gonna look right. All right, so this guy is ready. I just have to scrub it clean, which we'll do that at the end. So I have to fix everything, and then I'll have a cleaning, which is kind of like a way of cooling down and relaxing. What we got next? I got a Whirlpool washer that's making a ticking sound. I got some dryers. I have one dryer to recondition, 2 dryers to recondition. So I got 4 machines I need to touch. washer is going to require me to use the hose. That washer is fine. This needs to be cleaned up. A lot of cleaning. So, man, I tell you something. If you have like someone to help you out with cleaning machines, like a teenager or somebody that wants to make a quick few dollars, like $5-10 a machine, that's such a big help. Because somebody to clean your. If you're flipping machines, to have somebody clean it, that saves you so much time. So much time. That's the only thing I like. I love fixing them, but I'm like, oh, I gotta clean it. That's why I do refrigerators, man. Cleaning. Ugh. I don't mind cleaning. If all I had to do was clean, that's it. But having to fix and clean, it's like a double. It's like two jobs, man. It's rough. And don't forget to give a thumbs up while you're here. Appreciate you guys. I probably should. One day I'm gonna touch this. I've had this thing for years. It's a popcorn machine from a movie theater. I had a customer give it to me, amongst some other items that I ended up flipping. And I can't sell it until I actually try it. And it got pieces, and I got to figure out how to put it together. That's how I got around to it. But that thing, I think they sell about $3,000. So that's why it's still here, not at the scrapyard. My tool bag, I cannot show my tool bag because I have a tool bucket. So I've progressed through different types of tool bags. I've got like probably like 5. I keep in my truck. I keep my tools in them. This is the one I carry into a customer's house. This seemed to for me, right? Because I'll admit I'm not the neatest person, right? So like, I'm about getting the job done. So I'm the type of person that if I need a tool to do something in the machine, boom, get it done, I kind of throw it to the side. Some people, they'll take it, clean the tool up, put it nice and neat back where it needs. I'm trying to get the job done, so I'm just like, all right, cool. So I admit, man, that's not the neatest. As you see, tell by my garage. I'm just about getting the job done quick as possible, so I can move on to the next one. So bags don't work for me because they'll get cluttered. I'll have so much stuff in them, and every once in a while I have to clean them out. And then I have to clean them out, it happens again. So the bucket works best because it's open. It's more of an open space. So I kind of shove around for stuff that I need. I got all these little pockets on the side. Stick my tools in, and on the inside. So this works best for me, man. And then I go to customer house. I have a new handle on here, but I go to customer house. I just take this with me. So this has persevered through all the different things I've tried. I've got a nice big old electrician's bag that's nice, but bags just don't work for me. This bucket has been the best thing I've ever used. So, what y'all using out there, man? What kind of bags you got? I know they got book bags too. I don't know how I feel about those as far as how that looks professionally, but no knock on you if you use it. No knock on anybody that uses it. So. All right, let's get the dryers knocked out. I'm trying to think what we're going to do next. Let's get the dryers knocked out. So we're going to do that. Any questions for me to fire off? If you're a do-it-yourself or at home, looking for some tips on you're stuck on a job, feel free to ask. I'll answer to the best of my knowledge, and we have a lot of seasoned technicians on the chat too that can also answer your questions too. So, hey, what up? Wesley, what up? What up? What up? We in the shop, man. Just trying to bang them out. I tell you, you know, what really gets me motivated, like while I'm working, is thinking about my next day. Like, 'cause tomorrow I'm taking off, right? Tomorrow's my off day, so I'm working. Like, it gives me motivation to work now. I know I'm gonna rest tomorrow, but tomorrow I am waking up early, taking out I got a fishing boat, and I'm going fishing. I have not done that since I've had a boat about 2 years now, and I usually go out like it's a boat I made with the kids. So the aluminum boat I got, it's the Spider-Man boat, got a Spider-Man emblem on it, and I'll show you guys later. So I need to take it out, and I haven't really I take the kids out on it, and we fish here and there, but it's hard to fish with kids splashing and jumping in the water. But I'm going out by myself. Love my kids and stuff, but going out by myself early in the morning with my boat and my fishing, my fishing rod. Looking forward to that. So I'm excited about working now. Like I'm gonna grind today, relax tomorrow. And I'm showing this tip. I'm gonna show you a tip. So this is. So look online. You see that I know this ain't nothing about appliances, right? So I'm sorry, but you like going fishing. So they got this little spray you put on the bait because it smells like plastic, and your hands got oil on it, and it kind of deters the fish. So I got this little tip I'm gonna try. I got online on YouTube where you use olive oil and garlic, and you put your lures in that, and they said, and most people say that's what a lot of the bait sprays are made out of garlic. So I might have had me here too long. It's kind of hardened on me. Still should work though. I might have had me here too long. That's all work. So I'm looking forward to actually using my baits tomorrow. Probably need to let them dry. Later, I'm gonna take them out and let it kind of drain out. Some of them kind of harden. I had it here too long. Anybody any fish? If you did that, let me know if that tip works. So we'll see. I'll let you know tomorrow. All right, so Trevor, let's see what we got. I got a Husky tube bag, but I'm like you. I throw my tubes everywhere. Yeah, man. Yeah. Damn bucket, man. Get a bucket, man. It's cheap too. It's like maybe $10, I think, for the little bucket surround thing. And the bucket is a Home Depot bucket, Trevor Jones, which wash are you talking about? Did I miss something? About the same one? So with a washer and not filled with no load. Oh yeah, why you like the two bag, man? Yeah, I don't care about brand. As long as it works, it's cheap. So you talking about the front, your stackable, or you talking about my machine not filling with water? My machine fills. It works. It just when you drain it, had a hole in the hose, and they patch it up a million times. So it works. On yours, if it's it's probably either stackable. It's probably a computer, bro. I mean, But those new ones should have some sort of code, man. So I would look for a code, a blinking light, something. So hey, y'all don't forget to hit the like button, man. Help a brother out. That just help me out, help other people out, man. Because I go live, but the real point is, most of my advice comes from the videos that people can access 24 hours on YouTube when they're in a pinch. And so by hitting like and stuff, appreciate you guys hitting like. That's 2 likes right there. It helps the YouTube algorithm put me in a list of helpfulness. I got a lot of comments, man. People like, man, you should have so many more views. And I probably, and I'm working on that, like working on the keywords. So there's a huge technical aspect to this, and a lot of blue collar guys, we doing tech stuff is not, I don't know, it's difficult. So I think I'm a little bit of both worlds, but it's a whole nother ball game. Editing video and maximizing your YouTube keywords and stuff like that. That takes a lot of computer savvy stuff. And it's a channel made by a guy who fixes washers and dryers, right? So but here's the thing. So all right, so Cruz, you say you work in the hood and you don't have to carry $100 bag. But people in the hood ain't stealing tools, man. That's no knock on that's no knock on nobody. But they stealing. It's usually young guys, and they're stealing like sound systems and stuff like that. And then when you go to like now, if you go to a more like blue collar neighborhood where people like I would say poor. If you go to a high crime blue collar neighborhood, I guess I don't know. Then you more likely have tools stolen. Tools because people trying to buy, these don't work. And to be honest with you, man, I'm like, if somebody steal my tools, God bless them. They needed them. They're working with them. They use them for work. Or they might be selling them. I guess you could flip them. But they're using that to make money, feed their family. They may be desperate or whatever. But I would rather somebody steal my tools than steal my radio on my car. I'm pissed about my radio. I'm not pissed about my tools. Oh, it's in Vegas? Oh, okay. Yeah. Viva Las Vegas. Like, man, don't steal my tools, man. Steal my bag. Steal my radio. So, hey, guys, for you guys that just jumped on the chat, man, I'm in the shop fixing washers and dryers and answering any questions you may have. So, next up, we just finished this LG front load washer, changing the drain hose. So it's out of here. Next up is reconditioning this bad boy. First thing we do is plug her up. What about yours? There's a tub seal inside the GEs. I've personally never repaired, never took the time. I usually scrap them because the spanner nut to take the tub out is a huge pain in the butt to remove. Huge. It's a reverse. It's hard, man. Even with the tool, I don't think they're on there. Um, but you have to. It's a seal in there, and so that seal leaks, and it leaks up, and the water goes in, and so the oil floats up. So that's the reason for that. And yeah, so that's my answer. Sorry. Those are no repairs. Well, I don't even get to the part price yet. It's because of you know, the labor and headache that's involved with taking that thing apart. And then at that point, you're looking at it being an old machine, and for the labor. So at that point, like if I'm at a customer house, based off the labor, I'm gonna charge probably $400, $400 to $500 for that repair because of the time and the labor and the fact that if that, I mean, the spare can come off easy, right? But you got to charge, assuming it won't, because most of the time it won't. And the having to heat it or bang it out or put penetrating lube on there and let it sit overnight and coming back. Um, it's best to quote that to the customer. And at that point, that exceeds the value of the machine, and they mostly will opt to replace the machine because of that. A grinding noise from the bottom of the belt. Okay, so I got a video on that too. But so if you got a grinding noise on a GE washer, that is usually because it was moved. Why? Because it has a metal bottom, and when they put the hand truck underneath, that scoop sometimes will bend that frame, the floor underneath. So you got the washer here, and the motor's underneath the washer. You got the floor. That floor get bent, and there's two little brackets there to protect the belt, and it will scrape. Eek, 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 eek. So all you have to do is go in there, bang either a hammer or just use your foot and push the floor down, and that usually fixes it. If that doesn't fix it, you can unscrew the screws from the floor, and the floor automatically will sag and allow you clearance for that, the motor and everything. That's very common with GE, especially so the customer call me, I've got a washer that's squeaking. Oh, what's it? What kind is it? Oh, it's a GE. Oh, was it recently moved? Yeah, how'd you know? I just moved to a new house. Okay, yeah, when they moved it, it bent the bottom. Easiest money you can ever make. No parts required. All right, guys, I'll show you my setup. So I had an electrician friend of mine. Look right here. This is my 240 lines. So you have here and here. So one's a 4-prong, one's a 3-prong. So he took both of them up for me, so I don't worry about changing wires out. And I test, I can point it outside. I'm breathing on that dust. First things first, when plugging in a dryer that you did not service, check the wires in the back to make sure they're together right. Because if it's hooked up wrong, you're gonna get a spark and trip your circuit breaker. And I'm speaking from experience. It's rare, but it happens. It only takes a second just to look and inspect. Or sometimes a wire will be loose in the back. Okay, that's fine. Looks fine. Always plug them in with the gloves on, man. Just be safe. All right. Put it on time dry. Ooh, it's purring like a kitten. Okay. It takes about like 10, 15 seconds for it to actually feel hot. So it is ice cold. So we have a dryer. It's not producing heat. And so what I'm gonna do is get my GoPro and make a video of this repair while going live. Not even legal. And also what I'm gonna do is while it's running, I'm going to let the timer run for a little while. So I got it right before the 50 mark. I want to make sure that moves. That's how you test your timers, right? While you got the shot, while you got it running. So I'm gonna grab my GoPro, be right back. Y'all keep an eye on this. All right, I'm back. Thanks for hanging in there. Don't forget to hit the like button. I appreciate it. So we can share this with other people. So my channel can get out there and we can help folks. We can save the life of a washer and dryer. So, look like the timer did move, so the timer's good. so far. So far. Got my GoPro. Did my head unit or should I? I don't need his glasses now. I know. Not listen to music, so. Yeah, 41%. Oh, my memory card. My memory card in here. This thing's charged fast though. These GoPros are nice though. They I use it for I do OCRs, obstacle course racing. I do have a channel for that, Mr. Plyometrics on YouTube. And it's fun, man. It's a hobby, man. I take my GoPro with me. Pretty neat. Oh wow. Okay, we got a couple other issues. Anybody see what's wrong with this picture? Anybody see what's wrong with this? Not producing heat and yeah. Well, that is a possibility, but it's here we go. I like last time my videos I talked about this. Look at that. No click. Well, I say how you look at my last video. I said it breaks flush against the side here, not clicking. That is the door switch, and it's common for it to be broken on this style door that slams up like that. So it slams, and this is plastic. Now, let me say some footage for the GoPro. Let me not explain that yet. I see the danger too of a child getting in there. You know, that switch broke like that, so we'll get that straight. So, broken lid switch, broken heating element. Oh, something's wrong. It's not heating. So we figured out why that's doing that. And if this was a customer, this will be a double charge, right? You can charge for the door switch and you can charge for the heat issue. So we're gonna turn this off, and you're gonna be here for live taping of a team appliance. I don't have my shirt on. I'll give you my store. Those on my store signs. A team appliance. Doesn't have my logo though. So before starting any repair, unplug. Of course, things fall. I'm looking so forward to going out on my boat tomorrow and do some fishing. very, very forward to that. Makes me want to work hard all day, tire myself out to earn it. All right, so a simple addition to your shop. Hey guys, don't forget to hit the like button so we can show YouTube that my channel is very useful and helpful for people out there that need repair help. Take a minute, hit that like button. I appreciate it. And also, we do have super chat here too. So if you want to help the channel with a donation, that is also accepted. So this thing. Now this is you get this at like Family Dollar. I don't know if dollar stores have it, but like these are cheap, like little discount stores, you know. Dollar General. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, Family Dollar. Which one? It says dollar, but it's not really a dollar. I think Family Dollar, right? It says Family Dollar, but nothing there's a dollar. Um, so this is a furniture lift. So this goes underneath beds if you want to lift your bed. And I use this on washer and dryer jobs to lift my machines. I am 6'1", so I don't, and I'm getting old. I'm 44 years old, so I don't like bending over, and so I like to lift my machines at an angle so they're easier to access instead of way down here. So. Boom. Now you can put two, I guess, but one is fine too. Also. All right, so let's get the GoPro going. I gotta eat lunch in a minute, so I get a headache. Memory card for the GoPro. I'd say GoPro needs some competition though. I'm sure they do. They got it out there. So I gotta look for it because as much as these things cost, they have a lot of issues. I sometimes it freezes. I was snorkeling with my kids, man. And, like all my footage got deleted at one point. Or luckily it was early in the trip. And we had, I was able to do new footage, but it has its glitches. So, should I wear my headset or not? Yes. This is the head attachment. So what do you guys got planned, man? Anybody off today? What you doing your day off? What kind of life you live? When I say guys, I mean ladies too. So anybody going fishing tomorrow? You're hard working car work. I hear you, man. I got a car here that's been waiting on me too to do a repair on. Yeah, I'd recommend probably the car work first. That's gonna be the most frustrating. I've been charging those 2 minutes. It actually went down more. Okay, so I'm going to take little intervals of footage. If okay. Next thing, so I'm gonna try this out. I can access my GoPro using an app on my phone. Sometimes it works, sometimes it freezes up. We'll see how it acts today. It allows me to view my GoPro so I can see what angles and stuff I'm at. Yeah, you got like you want to get the car out the way because man, that car had you cursing, and then you can kind of throttle back while doing your lawn work, you know, because you're not quite thinking or nothing, man. You kind of just chill out and relax. So this is my GoPro. See, this is cool. It shows what I'm looking at on the phone, so that's awesome. I can make sure I got the right angles and stuff like that. All right, so y'all gotta feel free to ask questions, man. I'm here. Don't forget to hit the like button. I appreciate it. That helps the algorithm. We get the word out there, help people out, help people fix their washers and dryers, help teach people how to flip washers and dryers. And you know, we're in a day and time now, man, where we share knowledge. And knowledge is uh, so bountiful, if that's the right word. um, with the internet, that that's I'm 44 years old, and I was internet wasn't as uh, um, useful as it is now because we have so many people on it now and sharing, and you can pretty information is good. It's good to share information. So I just want to get my channel out there. Let's do it, guys. All right, so my battery getting low on my GoPro. So I'm gonna start rolling. Rolling. Hello, everyone, and this is Reggie with A Team Appliance, and we are also live on Facebook. So, trying to make you dizzy. Got my headpiece on, and we're gonna fix this uh, Whirlpool dryer. Also, there's a lot of Kenmores are usually in this style of dryer. This style of dryer will have an access panel up front to access the heating element. Where there's a lot of Whirlpool products where all the access is on the back. So if you're stuck on your dryer and you have access panel up front, it's a Whirlpool product. This is the video for you. And the problem we have with this dryer, we plugged it in, and it was not turning on. Oh, sorry, it turns on. Excuse me. It was not heating. And then also we found a second problem where the drum was still spinning as the door was still open. And so that's an easy fix. So if you got a dryer that still spins with the door open, that's a safety issue, and it's a $20 fix. This switch right here, which is the door switch. See, it's supposed to click and move. And you see it's flush and broke. It's broke. So they'll either break on the on position or break in the off position. So that's one thing we have to fix. So now, when I say $20 fix, it's $20 fix if you do it yourself. Don't call a technician and expect them to come out and do it for $50 just because the part's $20. No, that's not how that works. It'll probably cost you at least $150. But I know most people, not just appliance technicians, but we don't come to your house for a few dollars, right? You're paying somebody to actually travel to your house to fix your machine, and also you probably have to travel to the parts store to pick up the parts, so that doesn't have to be worth your time. So first thing we do is take apart this bottom panel, these tabs, slide in, slide there, and we're going to diagnose why she's getting hot. All All right, guys, I paused the video because I need to get my mask on. I don't want to suck in all that lint. And I want to answer some questions from you guys. Hot in If it's hot here in Georgia, I know it's gonna be hot in Vegas. It's AJ, J Mogul. Where you at in Georgia, man? I'm in Lawrenceville. I'll be right back. I'm gonna read your response. Look at my mask. All right, it's on the logo, baby. A-Team Appliance. All right, don't forget A-Team Appliance. Gonna put my mask on. You don't want to breathe in that dryer lint. I'm sure there's all kind of bacteria and stuff on it from the years. Just hanging. All right, so thing we do is find our drill. We're going to remove this screw and this screw. I'm going to tilt it back a little more. Let's see. So the first thing I'm going to take off the now you're looking to clean your dryer duct. This is the way to do it. It's going to look decent, but you're going to clean it out. And this is why you don't want to use those brushes, right? And let me give you an example. Pause the video so I can find stuff. Okay. So I purposely bought this brush just to show people not to use it. Oh, TW, I'm wearing a mask because I'm working on a dryer. I don't want that lint. That lint gets all my nostrils and it's gross. J Mogul, okay, Fulton County, okay, cool. Thank you for answering that for me, Jay. Okay, so the reason why you don't want to use this brush, usually people will put it down into the lint screen, clean the lint, where the lint screen goes. And so this is what it looks like on the inside. Switch hands, I'm right-handed. And this is what it looks like on the inside. It goes in here, and you're pushing all the lint here. So this one doesn't have a lot of lint in it. But see what happens when you use this brush? I should wear my glasses. Lint. See, you use this brush, and this is what happens. That lint builds up. And this goes here, right on top of this blower wheel. And it gets clogged in here, and it restricts your airflow, or you can even break this blower wheel if it gets clogged up and caught. So that's why you never, ever, ever want to use this thing. Unless you clean it out fresh. If you clean this out already the right way with a vacuum cleaner and stuff and get this clean, then every once in a while, you can use that as a general maintenance item to get the small amount of lint out to keep it from happening a lot. But generally, it's better. This is a better idea not to use it at all. All right, pause my video. Nah, you see, you don't need an N95 for this, for lint. This will cover lint. Plus, N95s are hard to breathe out of, man. I've had one. Shoot, N95s, man. I had one when the pandemic first started. It was so hard to breathe out of, man. I'll settle for this. Okay, so find my voltmeter. So now we're going to test our fuses. And so now we're going to test our fuses. So our first fuse we're going to test, we have high limit fuse. It's better to test them disconnected. Oh, it helps to turn on your voltmeter. Continuity. Good. The heating element. Good. And so it's probably that thermal fuse in the back. I'm not going to test it because it's in the back. And even if it's bad, I'll have to take out this whole thing. So I'm going to take it out anyway. Tell you, these are nice, man. If you don't have even if you have a nice drill, these are so nice and they're compact, quick, easy. These little $10 Harbor Freight drills. So you pick up that screw. You kind of got to twist it out. Bit of a pain. I'm going to disconnect everything, but you should only disconnect. Take a picture first if you're not familiar with doing this. Take a picture of your wiring so you know everything goes. It'll be very time consuming trying to find online how to put your wires back. And the screwdriver works. Things out. Ah, okay, let's see what's wrong now. Heat tray. Bad. So that kind of popped off when I was trying to take it off, but that is bad. So I'm glad it popped off because I can actually show the actual issue. I should wear my glasses. I got dust in my eye. All right, so without even testing it, I'm gonna test it anyway. This is probably bad. This is probably bad because this is bad. Now this regulates the heat, so that regulates the heat on an element. Turns the element off and on. It looks like it's welded together. Or was I moved it? Yep. So this is bad. Zoom in. So that is bad right there. We have no continuity. No continuity. That should have continuity, doesn't it? The element has continuity. Also do a ground test, make sure the element is not grounding out. So on this dryer, we just need to change these fuses. That is the issue. And so I do have a video showing you how to test this thermal fuse. Oops. Don't drop your screws. And I'm gonna try to test it now. I never tested with the top off, so let's see if it works. So this fuse is responsible for regulating the temperature inside the heat element. Turns the heat element off and on. So we're gonna see. I've never done this before without the lid on, so I don't see if it works. Should move. It's bimetal. Air. I like this fan I got going on. It should have clicked by now. Oh, there we go. So it clicked, but it hasn't moved. It's supposed to disconnect, but it's so worn out. Yeah, I lost my screwdriver. Just had it. All right, well, this is gonna be serve as a screwdriver right now. Okay, so there's no screwdriver. If you look here, this piece is stuck on there. This little piece of this part is supposed to be here, and this comes down and contacts it, but it's actually stuck on there. This is bad. It's completely destroyed. And this is very difficult to reset, so I'm going to just replace it. All right, so I'll pause my video so I can go look for parts. Let's read some of what you guys said. Yeah, drills make. Yeah, I started without a drill, and I got one. I was like, oh, I should have been had one of these. Oh. Changing the valve cover gasket, Jay. Whew. The foil duct on the foil duct made of paper. I don't know. I don't know if it's that thin, but maybe a hybrid. But it's fine though, as long as you keep up. As long as you keep checking the foil on the duct on dryers. How many volts should a proper defunctioning fuse read? Well, you got you got 120 volts going to the heat element by itself. So it could be split 60-60, or it could just be feeding through. So it depends on your schematics. But I rarely had to read voltage to fix something on a dryer. Other than like the plug. But when it comes to fuse and stuff, I don't typically have to read voltage. So what happened? So why you got two bad fuses? Because this one failed, and this is the insurance policy. This is the backup. So this failed, keeping the heat element on. You got too hot, and this kicked on to keep the catching fire, or just from overheating in general. So yes, guys. Yes.
We're gonna watch a YouTube video.
Okay. Sweet. So let me get the lid. So this fuse is rated for 121 to 144 degrees Celsius. This one is rated for 325 Fahrenheit. So I used to memorize these things, but I still got to Google it every once in a while. The conversion. Hey Google, what's 121 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
121 degrees Celsius is
249.
equivalent to 249.8 degrees Fahrenheit.
All right, so this goes from 249 to about 260, right? And so at around 260, 270 Fahrenheit, this will deactivate the heating element. It's supposed to. If it doesn't, it gives us some room, right? Because the temperatures aren't exact. This is bimetal. The temperatures aren't exact. So, but once it hits 352 Fahrenheit, which is really, really hot, 100 degrees higher, this kicks on because things are getting too hot, and it saves you from fire. And this has probably saved lives. And that's why do not bypass fuses. They have a purpose. People think, oh, this fuse is bad, but this one isn't. This one did its job. It's supposed to turn off. This is your insurance policy. So, let me find some fuses. I was playing one earlier showing you guys. All right, so I do not have an arching heating element like this. It's arching because it keeps it so it won't heat up too fast. So what I do is I actually modify one of these. I know some people probably want to leave a bad comment about this, but I'm gonna use this one, and I actually arch it so there's some space between this and the mount, so it doesn't overheat, because it could definitely heat up faster and actually trigger. So. On, and we're going to test this one, right? So we'll show you how to test. I know vinyl ones are, in most states, vinyl hoses are not code, out of code. Yeah, the vinyl ones. Yeah, those do feel like paper, the vinyl. The white vinyl. So this one gives you continuity. So I'm gonna test this one. So I'm gonna show you how to test your heat regulator that goes on the element. Boom. You wait. You listen. You wait for the. Listen for the click. Hard. I got a fan blowing in here. So let me get my. So I've got to get my GoPro going. Now that was gonna work because my GoPro is with a low battery. All right, so we're gonna show you how to test the heat regulator. Put a flame to it. So when you test on your voltmeter, you have continuity between these two. And after you heat it up, you should have no continuity. Waiting to hear the snap. I got a fan blowing in here, so it's gonna. Hey, my lighter going out. I'll tell you, Murphy's Law loves me. Here we go. There we go. So it clicked. No continuity. So that means this fuse is good. So it's always good to check your fuses, even if you get new fuses, because you never know you have a defective one. And you hate to pull this thing all the way apart. It's not clicked again because it cooled off. You can always double check it. Now I should have continuity. My meter was on, and I do. That is a nice little trick. And while you're watching this, don't forget to hit the like button so we can get the channel going. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe so you keep up with the A team. Now, if you don't have that little, if you don't have one of these, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna make a little arch so we have clearance. For this, I usually see because this is the same fuse, just a different amount. See, same fuse, different amount. So we're going to bend this down and make an L. See? Now we have an arch. And a screw I dropped should be on this page somewhere. And always put it on the bottom one because heat rises. We don't want this thing to overheat and trigger. All right, go ahead and lift it a little bit so there's some clearance. Because we don't want that thing triggering left and right. Now here's the tricky part, trying to put this thing back in. Because you got this little lip here, and it's going in that little hole inside there. You're kind of like, you can't even, so we want to try to punctuate in there. Check our heating on it too, looks good in there. Now you can go sideways and turn it. always a pain because they're easier to put in when you get the drum out. I think that's how they designed this. Oh, got it the first time. Got it. I made that look easy. It's usually not. I got it on the first try today. So that's in there. And now I'm going to hook everything back up. So, and don't forget to unplug these things. Unplug the dryer itself before you start working on it. And basically with this dryer, you got two main power wires going into it, and everything else is pretty much just jumping through the fuses. So that's back together. Dust off of here. Clean old girl out. Where is my got my computer on top of my trash can.